Philly Sports, Love and Pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny and Jay.
How fucking dare you?
How dare I what?
You fucking producer Dave Fry muted you? What, you think you're above me?
I did mute you too.
Fucking unbelievable. I have rights.
I love that he's calling himself a producer now.
That's what
pretty
I'm
cool.
fucking
That's,
saying.
no, that's what he calls me. No, that's what he calls me. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna fucking produce then, bitch.
He's already freezing on the screen because of his brick wall.
Yeah, his fucking
No, it's
one
because
ball.
it's because of Kenny's fucking jail cell internet over there.
I am poor. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, this episode is quite possibly perfectly called "We Are Back?" Question mark. So this can be
I'll tell you
applied.
who's not back.
This can be applied in so many different ways.
Embiid's not back.
I mean, not.
No, let's start with the Sixers. Gordy, you dumb bitch. Gordy's still drinking the Kool-Aid.
Gordy is the eternal optimist about the Sixers. Like he just can't. He doesn't have it in his blood to not believe. It's kind of like me with the Phillies.
Oh, God. So he's just stupid.
Fuck you. You were there too.
No, we all knew in our hearts.
Dave. It's football season.
He's right. You're the fucking producer. Get this back on track. You're a self-proclaimed producer.
Well, listen. Okay, so since it's football season, let's talk about football. So, I need to know. I need to know like where you guys stand on the Eagles, because I'm fucking. I don't even know what to do about them.
Dave's out. Dave's fucking out. Dave is so far out on the Eagles that it's gonna be hard to bring him back in.
Well, okay. I mean, like, how much more do you? How many more times? How many more press conferences? How many more games? How many more times do we need to see the same thing being done on the field, the same thing being said after the game? What can we take from the Giants game?
I feel like, listen, I know the Giants stink. Like, their offensive line is terrible, but this is the same team that took a really good Seattle team and beat them, right? They fucking hang tough with, someone, 2 weeks ago? Anyone know? I don't remember. They hung tight with a really good team a week or two ago. They're not, like, as bad as advertised. They're bad, don't get me wrong, but, like, they're not, like, some roll over and die kind of team. I just don't believe that. I'm comfortable with that win. I'm comfortable with what Hurts does as far as you can win a Super Bowl with no turnover hurt. I mean, I can't be the only one that believes that.
No, I believe that.
Okay, I mean, I guess the problem that I have is, you know, is that sustainable?
Well, two weeks is a small product sample, right? You know, I think a lot of this is like we're paying him a lot of money, and you're not getting what feels like a $40 million quarterback. But the problem is
It's boring.
that's what.
It's boring.
Yeah, I know, but that's where the NFL is right now, though. It's
True.
It's just spending money on guys that you're afraid to try to re-amp up. Like, do you think, gun to your head, anyone's paying Daniel Jones what they're paying him, right? No, but that's the fucking market. So you got to take the market for what you can. And Hurts took a friendlier deal than most of these other guys. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, he's not playing up to his capabilities. You know, as Jay says, you know, you have a Super Bowl MVP basically. You know, how do you lose that? And I'm wishy-washy on that as far as like Hurts goes. It's kind of why we wanted you to come on tonight anyway, because we know you're a Hortz guy. You're a Hortz. You're a Hurts guy. I feel like the market is what the market is, and you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Yeah, so let's ask the question a different way. If money were pounds, right? Pound for pound, is Jalen Hurts a top 5 to 7 quarterback in the league?
What ranking? What'd you say? Top what?
If money is pounds,
Got
is
you.
Jalen Hurts a top 5 to 7 quarterback in the league?
You're asking.
I'm asking.
No.
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 So, team-friendly deal. What is it? 40 a year.
Yeah, and it doesn't really kick
There
in
are
until 27.
There are how many guys ahead of him? 5, 6.
Yeah.
So pound for pound, right? I'm talking about the efficiency of the money you're spending. Is he in that top 5 to 7 range efficiency-wise? Like Daniel Jones is like some of the worst of it because you're paying him basically the same amount, and he's not a functional quarterback, right? Like pound for pound, where does he fall? Forget that. Forget just money-wise, what they're paying him, pound for pound. Where do you think he falls?
Well, I mean, I've been on this since probably the start of it, but like he's a 12 to 15 best quarterback in the league.
Okay. I mean, I would probably disagree, but that's why I asked the question.
So where would you put him?
I would put him in that 5 to 7 range.
Okay, so you think he's top 5 to 7?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can pay. I think what I'm trying to say there is you can pay a Mahomes is probably a bad idea, but give me some. Who else is above him?
All right, so what do we
Josh
want to look
Allen.
at? What do we want to look at? Cap hit? Like, how do we want to look at it?
Yeah, cap it.
Okay, so here's the top 7 cap hits.
This is why he's the producer. You see, he's got this shit already fucking loaded up. We just said goodbye to my dying dog, and we just came down here. No clue. We didn't even talk nothing. We barely had chairs down here. This guy's got fucking notes. This is why.
No, he looked it up while we were talking.
It doesn't matter. He's got fucking
you gotta
notes.
Give him time to work. All right, Dave, what you got?
Got notes.
All right, so here you go. Here's the top 7 cap hits on quarterback. Kyler Murray.
Okay. So,
But hold on a second. This is why I asked you how we want to look at this, because this is based on the cap hit for this year. See, Jalen Hurts' cap hit is extremely. It's like rocket to the moon in the next 2 years.
Yeah, but by the time his rockets to the moon, there's going to be a bunch of guys over top of that.
All right, so let's just look at what it is right now. So as it stands right now, he's the 17th highest right now.
Which is where that's a fair number, right?
Well, he's outplaying 17.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So, like, I still think he's the 12th best quarterback. But Dave, read your fucking list.
Okay, so based on cap hit, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Matthew Stafford,
Yes.
Dak Prescott, Patrick
Yes.
Mahomes, Lamar
Yes.
Jackson, Josh
Yes.
Allen, Joe Burrow.
I mean, you could go this with Joe, right? We could go like this with Joe.
Do you take Dak?
I do take that. I absolutely do take that.
So you're saying Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow?
Well, I mean, what have you done for me lately, right? Like,
His hair looks cool.
I don't know. Listen, if
listen,
if Jalen Hurts, if Joe Burrow played behind our offensive line, I have a
yeah,
feeling,
he would be incredible. I know, but
with the offensive receiving weapons that we have here. I don't know,
he
man.
has the same weapons, if not better.
They're not better.
Jamar Chase and AJ Brown is a close fucking comparison.
They're close.
And I think
T. Higgins.
I think I go T slightly over Devontae, and that's no slight on either of those two guys. I like T. Higgins' game.
T. Higgins is very good.
I'm surprised that you take T over him, but that's fine. So, looking at total cash, he's 11th this year. I mean, I guess when you look at it in dollars, like Jason just like kind of brought up, like when you look at it and compare it to dollars, it doesn't hurt as much to look at it that way.
And
But
I
feel like the problem with that is that the argument usually 9 times out of 10 is don't worry about the dollars. It's not your money, blah, blah, blah. Right. So like what is it? You have to pick one.
No, that's a horrible argument.
Well, no, it's
dollars
like,
matter.
hold the phone. Are we strictly saying the dollars don't matter in NFL? Because I feel like you're blurring lines here. Because in baseball, it doesn't fucking matter. You spend whatever you want, wherever you want, however you want, because there's no fucking cap hit. If there's a sport with a cap hit, yeah, obviously the fucking money matters, and anyone that tells you differently is smoking meth.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah,
baseball,
I agree.
there's no rules. You know what I mean? Like, spend all the fucking money. You know, what's the worst thing that happens in baseball when they spend all the money? You spend $17 for a Surfside iced tea, right? You get fucking boned that way around, but whatever. You know what I mean?
If they're hitting home runs,
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
spend
fucking
$17
care. Yeah,
for
exactly.
a Surfside. Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so the argument then is that for the money that he's getting paid and for the quality of play that you get, which is definitely top 10, definitely top 10. It's not questioned. You can't even question that really. That's okay, right? Is that what you guys are saying?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he agrees.
So what do you say? What do you think, Kenny?
I think that 2022 was the worst thing that could have happened to Hurts, in my opinion, because he outplayed his abilities in a way, right? Like, he was clean. He didn't turn over the ball. He fucking, they had the offensive scheme that was right for him, apparently, and they can't get back to that for some reason. I don't understand that. But he looked so fucking good for a whole season. And then you look at this small sample size and you're like, maybe this is who Hurts is. Not saying that it's not, this whole, like, he can't get back to that level. But the 22 was kind of a plague, in my opinion. It hurts the value of what everyone thinks Hurts is, right? I mean, we were at the Cleveland Browns game. That was bad quarterback play. Am I wrong?
No.
No, I'm not saying it's the sole reason. Coaching had a big deal in that. They weren't ready at the start of the game. They weren't ready at half. That seems to be a normal fucking thing that's happening now.
Can we talk about why he's not as good as he was?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I thought we were going to segue. Am I wrong when I say that?
No, I'm definitely wanting to go down that road for sure.
Okay, so to answer your question to me was, say it again to me so I can process it.
My question is, are you considering the way, looking at it from the angle that Jay just brought up, looking at it for dollar, comparing the dollars of the people who are making more money ahead of him, cap hit wise, contract wise, all of it, right? Where he falls, he's giving us quarterback play that's better than where he falls in that list.
At least equivalent.
Oh, yeah.
At least
yeah.
equivalent.
And I think I said 7 better quarterbacks, right? Maybe Dak's your your level there.
Tipping
where you
point,
yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I think those other guys.
Dak's making what?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, so like.
But that's just fucking Jerry Jones being an idiot.
But those are the teams you're competing with to win the Super Bowl. So like,
you're not wrong.
Yeah. So here's the contract. Here's the total contract, right?
Pound for pound, he is playing where he should play for the contract, right?
Total contract. Hurts' contract is actually more than Dak's contract. Dak. Okay, so Jalen Hurts is top 7 in total contract dollars. It's Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Wolf, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Dak, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I think the problem with looking at it that way when Howie's the one doing the contract is that last year of that deal, or maybe even the last 2, are not going to happen. So like,
he might not even be here.
Well,
right.
He's either not going to be here, or they're going to restructure it, or they're going to extend him, or whatever they're going to do.
Right. So anybody who's followed the Eagles long enough knows that deal looks more expensive than it is.
I agree with you.
Yeah, for sure.
His cap hits $13.5 million, 22 million next year, 32 million the year after, 42 million the year after that.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting to
It's not going to get there. No, it's not going to get there.
Even if it gets to 32, by that year, he'll be the 12th highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. But
if
it's not
there's
going
no
to
restructure. Yeah.
If there's no restructure.
Yeah.
Now, 42 is a different number. He probably winds up being in the top 5 if he gets to that 42 number by then. But I think everybody knows he's not going to get there.
All right, so if we take it from that angle, right, and we accept that that's facts, right? He is definitely at the worst in the top 10 of quarterback play, at the worst. So what do you think has happened between 2022 and now to cause what we have seen? Other than the obvious. Obviously, they've changed coordinators. Like, that's obvious, right? Is that it?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I think it's two factors that I would put towards the top of the list. Number one would be getting paid. I think that has not been helpful for him. And listen, I think he's capable of coming back from that. So, like, he's got to get his head screwed back on straight. I think that's a big part of the deal. And then I think either his knee is still a problem, he's gained weight, or both. Because he's slow. And he wasn't slow before. So those are the two things that I see when you can't threaten that running. We saw it with McNabb. We saw it with every quarterback, right? Like,
but that's fine, right? Like, there comes a time in your quarterback's progression that you want him to, I think Michael Vick even, we were all Michael Vick run, and then he became a pocket passer. Like, this is the natural progression, but the problem is can Hurts be a 35 to 40 pass attempt drop back quarterback? And, the survey says no. Right now, I don't know if they can develop that. I don't know how that works. It's just crazy to me is that, like, he'll miss a wide open fucking read, like, to who just name one fucking person, like, that Saquon Barkley play where he had him wide open for 70, you know what I mean? And he just missed it. But then he's dropping fucking drops in a bucket to AJ Brown.
that was crazy.
And now AJ Brown will cover your flaws by, like, 98%. But that throw was motherfucking money.
Not flawed.
That was probably one of the nicest throw. Outside of that Lamar Jackson throw last night, I forget who caught that in that fucking Bateman. But, like, that was a number one throw. Like, that was a big time throw. But then he just does dumb shit all the time. I don't understand. And Hurts is your prototypical, like, you could throw Andrew Luck in an offense, and Andrew Luck can win you a game on his own. Hurts can't do that. Hurts needs what he needs around him, and I'm not knocking that. I don't think that's I think that's weird when people bring that up. It's like, well, what do you want him to do? Surround him with fucking Todd Pinkstons and James Thrash? Or, like, do you want your fucking GM to give you top tier fucking people around you? So, like, I don't like that argument. But it's very clear that, you put Mahomes in this offense is going for 5,000 yards without even thinking twice. You know what I mean? So there's limitations, and that's okay. They can win with a limited Jalen Hurts. I really do think so. I mean, they came, a fumble away and a fucking Jonathan Gannon not knowing the same play 3 times in the red zone. But, like, I don't know. I'm struggling with the Hurts because, as Jay was alluding, it's like, the talent's there. He obviously can do it. So what's the deal? I agree that I don't even think it's weight. I think what happened is he's got a fucking flak jacket on. He's got fucking braces around his knees, his fucking legs, you know what I mean? Like, he's a bubble boy running around out there. So that's going to weigh you down. And then I think he got in his head where they're like, we don't want you running. You know what I mean? And then when he decides to run, he, like, does too much of, this thing, the hesitation pump fake. And no one's falling for that. This isn't fucking, this isn't...
You're not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he gets ref differently, too, so Mahomes does.
Yeah.
So, it's a little easier if you're, God's gift.
All right, so a lot to unpack for me. Like, if we see the writing, right, this is what worries me, I think. When you see what he did in 2022, we know the type of quarterback that he probably is, and he's never going to be. Is he capable of transforming even enough like Lamar has? Like, Lamar has transitioned well out of, like, mostly running to mostly throwing, but sometimes running.
Lamar Jackson is a Heisman-winning quarterback.
Lamar Jackson is possibly a 3-time MVP. He might win. He might win it again.
And he should. He's that fucking good.
Right. So, like, maybe that's a bad comparison. Maybe that's a bad.
I'm not gonna let you compare that.
That's fine. But then, like,
hard.
what? But then, what are we comparing him to? We're gonna compare him to what? Kyler Murray? We're going to compare him to. This is my problem. There's no comparison. There's no comparables. What happens
But
to these guys? What happens to these guys is they fall off the fucking face of the earth because they can't. They don't have the legs under them to make the space that they need to make the plays anymore. And that's what I see from him. Well, dude, seeing him live at that Monday night game, you can see him moving slower. He moves slower. He's definitely slower. There's no question in my mind. So I just don't know if he's going to be elusive enough to make the plays. The timing, there's no timing in the routes. Like I don't see it. I don't see it changing. I see it regressing. I see it going back to 2022. I see it going back to trying to do what they did, and I don't think it's going to work.
So what should they do?
I don't know.
Trade for Carson Wentz.
Well, let me ask you something. You brought him up. What would Jalen Hurts look like if he was throwing to Nelson Aguilar and Zach Ertz?
Don't hate on Nelly.
First off, I'm gonna fucking punch you right.
I'm just asking a question. You brought it up. You brought it up.
Disrespect Nelson Aguilar. All right, as a 10-year wide receiver.
Yeah.
Big reason he won the Super Bowl. So
350 yards.
I don't fucking take disrespect to Nelson Aguilar. All right.
Is Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,000 yards that year?
No. But what? So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well,
you brought up.
It goes against your point. Really.
Well, you brought up Carson Wentz. So the only reason.
You respond to that?
Yeah. Hey, this is how it works. I gotta get my points in. So it kind of goes against what Jay was saying about how, like, when we were at the Cleveland game, you told me that this guy was MVP of the league.
Yeah.
He had a Super Bowl, like, should have won the Super Bowl, right? Well, you could make that same argument about Wentz, and he never retained it back. So,
well, yeah. So I think the conclusion we came to in that conversation was there is a way to lose it, and it's your head.
Got it. I don't remember that, but I believe we had that conversation.
Why don't you remember it?
I was fucking stoned.
Yeah, if your head is no longer in that game, right? You get your money and you go hunt duck in fucking Idaho, then, like, you're probably not going to be an MVP candidate anymore. And that's what I'm concerned with Wentz. Or with Hurts. But I don't think we can. I think we're beating a dead horse to some extent with Hurts. I think we have to ask, if we have an idea now of who Hurts is, then how do we win as the roster is constructed in 2024?
You win by having Nick Sirianni keep his fucking greasy Italian mitts off the playbook.
Kenny, I don't think it's Nick, dude.
Oh, he literally said in the press conference again that he is involved in the offense. He can't be. He is not. I'm sorry. He's not a fucking offensive guru.
He's not making play calls though. He is directing the offense. That's different.
How's that different? It's his offense. He's directing.
It's different. Go for it on fourth down. That's not the same thing as calling a fucking 22 dive.
I formation, Dave. I formation. The offense is still geared to what he believes is successful in the NFL. You're not going to pull that away from me. Maybe there's some more.
No. I will argue that the reason the offense is geared that way is because that's the offense that Jalen Hurts can run. And they've realized over the past few weeks that he cannot run the Kellen Moore offense. The reason why the route trees look the way they do is because they are going back to the way that Nick Sirianni knows that Jalen Hurts can be successful, and it's what they did in 2022. I guarantee you that Nick Sirianni is at home every fucking night watching game film from 2022, trying to remember what the fuck they did to make Jalen Hurts run this offense successfully. That's what's going on.
Do you know what a start of that is, though? Is 2 straight games of no turnovers, right?
Okay.
That's what was successful for them.
Do you think he calls Shane Steichen on a weekly basis? So
it wouldn't surprise me, dude.
He's in front of the TV, Shane. All right, so help me understand this one.
Well, 2 years ago in week 3.
Right.
And honestly, like, and we were kind of talking about this. I texted Dave and I said jokingly, but now I'm starting to believe I'm not joking. Is that like maybe I'm back in on Nick? I know that's crazy, right? And I
It's
know,
almost like the same thing as James Franklin, Kenny. It's like
yeah,
we
it
hear
is.
we hear something, we feel something, right, and then we see shit going on, and then you see more of the piece, you see more of the puzzle, you see clips of guys talking about the coach, you
Yeah.
see all these things, right, and then you start adding it up, and you're like, I don't know, maybe it's not the fucking coach, and not that's how I feel about Nick. That's how I feel about James Franklin right now.
Well, just to touch on the James Franklin real quick.
Well,
When you're
we're gonna go there too, but
no, I know, but like when you're starting quarterback who is maybe now you guys can shoot me in the chest all you want. I'm even stretching this a little bit, but he's playing some little bit of Heisman ball, just a little bit. When he comes out and publicly endorses you after a massive fucking win, that makes me a little more interested in you as a person. The thing with Nick is they went for it 3 times on fourth down last week. They got all 4 of them, or all 3 of them. So to me, that tells me that the team is at least responding and at least listening to what he has to say. And I felt like they were ready to play. You know what I mean? And then I see that clip where he sits next to Saquon Barkley and he goes, "You're 13 yards away from a career high. What do you want to do?" And then kudos to Barkley. I mean, I know if that was me, I'm fucking going back in the game. That's just me. But so kudos to Barkley for saying it. You know, like that's fine. But like, I hear that conversation. That sounds like a really good fucking coach that is respected by his players, his star players, and that was the result of that. And if you look at the thing and you go, well, who doesn't like Nick Sirianni? And you go, well, I think Hurts doesn't like Sirianni. Well, then that pins it back to you where you're saying, oh, the offense is limited because of Hurts, and that's probably why Hurts doesn't get along with Sirianni because Hurts doesn't think it is right, but it clearly, very evidently, is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Designed to his limitations.
Yeah,
I don't
I think at this point everybody kind of has to agree with that, right? Jay, you agree with that
Yes,
to some level?
I do.
And
I will
I don't
say-
really know if there's a problem with that. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, look,
Yeah.
2022 is successful as shit. Nobody can talk shit on 2022.
So I've asked this question a couple times, mostly because I want to answer it. How do the Eagles win now? Knowing what Hurts' limitations are. Now this is gonna, you guys are gonna say I'm fucking glazing Howie again, but it is what it is. In his infinite wisdom, Howie Roseman gave you the key to winning with this offense, and that key had 176 yards in 3 quarters on Sunday.
Yep.
You don't have to have Patrick Mahomes to win behind this offensive line and Saquon Barkley.
It's a banged up line though.
They have depth. I'm not even really worried about that.
It's crazy to me too because like I watch Fred. Like I always go after the guys that come in. You know what I mean? Because like what the fuck else you're gonna watch? You know what I mean? And like Fred Johnson as a pass blocker. Ugh. But did you see that
mauls
motherfucker
people,
fucking
yeah.
on the run, man?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, that dude. And I think I want to call him Howard Mudd. I know that's not his fucking name. Stoutland.
Stoutland. Yeah.
I think he can fix that. Who's Howard
He
Mudd?
will.
Why is that on my
He's
head?
the defensive line coordinator.
Okay, but he is an Eagle, right?
He was. I don't think he is.
Okay.
Not anymore, yeah.
But anyway, long story short is I think Stouty can get him. Listen, I look at Cam Jurgens and I go, Jason Kelsey who? And I know that's fucking crazy to say. I know what we have with Jason Kelsey. I get it. But there have been tons of fucking plays where I'm like, holy shit, this guy is a really good fucking center.
Yeah.
So, like, I got no problems or qualms with believing that. And to touch on your Howie Roseman situation, it's such a delicate flower. That sounded sexual, but it wasn't supposed to. But it's a delicate flower because, like, I'm not sure many GMs had Quinyon Mitchell where we had him. I think that was...
Well, don't start on a defense.
But
I got defensive shit to say.
well, I know
Yeah.
that, but
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, Jay, too, for sure.
I'm saying like the Howie Roseman situation is just so weird to me. It's like some of the picks he just misses by like 10 miles, and then some of them where you're like, holy shit, only Howie Roseman would make that pick, and like Quignon's exactly that, right? Like everyone had Cooper DeJean above Quignon, and we got both.
Who's the dude from Alabama? Nobody's gonna remember his name in 2 years anyway.
Arnold,
but he's playing like fucking dog shit in what is it, Detroit?
Yeah, Arnold, I think it is. Yeah, he got lit up week 1.
So
He's got like 17 penalties for like 177 yards.
Cost him the game.
So all right, so you bring up some interesting points, Jay, and you talk about Saquon, right? So let's talk about Saquon. Here's something that we have to be thinking about. Saquon right now is on track to have more attempts, more carries than he's ever had in his life. No, Kenny, why are you acting like that's not a factor? How can you act like it's not a factor?
Suck my baby carrot dick. I am so tired of this argument from you.
It's facts, Kenny.
I have a here maybe and maybe not argument for that. I don't know the answer.
What are we supposed to do? Limit his fucking carries?
No,
he sat the whole fourth quarter. What more do you want him to do?
You guys
with
remember
him?
Adrian Peterson?
Oh, dude,
Like,
listen. All I know.
Also, he like came back in like I don't know 4 weeks from a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Like
It did happen.
okay, he's a freak, and the thing about Saquon is he's a freak.
Yeah. I get so mad when you bring this up, and I don't know what it is, and I get it, I understand it, because if you look at like Turnbull, we said, he's gonna get fucking hurt, right? Because his whole career projected that, and he got fucking hurt like immediately,
Yeah,
right?
we said that with McCaffrey. His whole career he gets hurt. Look at him. Look at Debo.
I get it, but look
at Jalen. Look at Jalen Hurts.
how many games has Jalen Hurts missed?
When's his ankle injury coming?
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm just saying Saquon Barkley was relatively healthy at Penn State. Agreed.
Yes, agreed.
And then
100%.
I feel like if
so you feel like it was a MetLife thing?
I definitely believe it was a MetLife, and it's not just like we can say, "Oh, one Eagles player bitch," about MetLife. Every single player bitches about MetLife.
That's a shitty. It's a shitty field. It's definitely a known
garbage.
thing for sure. All
And
I'm
then
saying.
You're running behind a couple of Daves, Jasons, and fucking Kevins up there. You know what I mean? And Kennys. It's like you can't.
Yeah, but they got a $40 million quarterback throwing the ball.
He stinks too. So I think the Barkley injury history is nothing more than just playing at MetLife. I really do. And I know what you're saying. I know, and I believe they're probably worried about it to some extent. But he didn't play the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? They've pulled him on other plays. They're giving Gainwell 2-3 shots at it on every other drive, basically. You know what I mean? So like, I think the usage of Barkley is A-okay. And guys, he's got 3 runs over 50 where he's not fucking touched. Do you know what I mean? Like he is just those aren't hard.
Yeah, he's got breakthrough. Runs. He's got like breakthrough speed still.
Exactly. It's deceptively fast. You don't expect it. And I feel like he's not getting so banged up because all his runs are going through the outside, and he's just breaking the first arm tackle, and then it's.
They said he went in his post game interview. He was at 22.47 whatever miles per hour. It's the third highest speed he's ever been clocked at.
I mean, he's healthy right now.
So
awesome.
like, yeah, you got.
I'm just bringing it up. I'm not.
There's no other way to win, Dave. That's the only way to win.
Yeah. Which then goes to Dave's point, where it's like, we could injure the bell cow, right?
Well, and here's the other concern I have. I was looking through the grades, right, on PFF. You know who the number 1 pass blocker is on PFF?
It's Lane Johnson.
I'm sorry. Do you know who the number 1 pass blocker? It's Jordan Mailata.
Wow. Rest in peace.
And so, there's concerns there for me. Like, we just played the Giants. The Giants have a good defensive line when it comes to the pass rush. They're not amazing when it comes to the run. But
which is crazy because they gave Dexter Lawrence.
Saquon had a chip on his shoulder. Like, let's be real, right? Like,
yes.
he wanted to kick their fucking dicks. See, I know he was not going to say it, but that's what he wanted, right?
Okay, but what's your argument there, though?
My argument is that they played the Giants, and
I just think it's shitty. I think it's a shitty argument because the Vikings was the other team they played really tough. I just feel like they're as good as their line will allow them to be the Giants, and that's just me looking in from the outside. I don't know if you put Daniel Jones on a team. I don't know. Is Daniel Jones that bad? I don't fucking know. Because anything that goes to New York just rots. So, like, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And then they get so defeated from rotting that then they end up just not ever regaining, an ability to play football again.
It just concerns me that we're missing, like, obviously one of the best tackles in the NFL.
That's short term. We're not trying to win week 10. We're trying to win playoff games.
Week 18.
It's only a few weeks. It's only a few weeks. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Is he IR'd? Yeah, he is. So we have 3 more games.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he missed Giants.
3 more. Yeah, 3 more.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I think there's one more thing that I want to highlight. When I say Saquon is the key to winning, right? The other thing is you have to be able to answer the question, what is going on in the NFL this year? Why are the best quarterbacks in the league no longer able to put up the numbers that they were before? And if the answer to that question is systematic, in other words, the defenses are more able to stop them, there's a strategy that's being utilized, the rules have changed, whatever you do from a systematic point of view, if it is systematic, then how are teams going to win? They're going to have to be able to run the ball, right? Who is more equipped to run the ball than the Eagles? So, there is a long-term... The Eagles could be a lot better in December than they have been in September and October if they figure out their identity. And that identity at this point, they need to lean into running the ball. If you look at what the Ravens do, what do the fucking Ravens do? Jesus Christ. They're running the ball down people's fucking throats. But whether it's the quarterback or I saw Henry's on pace for 2,100 yards right now, rushing.
Yeah, did you watch that game at all?
I actually did not know.
Did you?
I saw some, yeah.
He had no fucking rushing yards going into the fourth. He
only had, what do you have, 12? What do you have, 14 carries or something all day?
But he ripped off 2 80-yard runs.
Yeah.
So,
was the game close at that point?
He broke it open with the first round, for sure.
But yeah, if he plays every game, he's on pace for 2,100.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Ravens are really fucking good. I think this might be the year. They have.
I hope.
To Jason's point though, if you think about this, and I would like to talk about the defense next, but if you think about this, Jordan Mason, would you ever think that dude would do anything in the NFL before this year?
Well, I'll tell you what, he didn't do anything last week.
Well, they played the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Jordan Mason has the second most yards in the NFL.
That's crazy.
And he's a running back. So, that's what I'm saying. I think that the point of the running attack becoming more effective because of defensive scheming or playing more dime or whatever the fuck it is, whatever people are doing. I think it's possibly happening that way, and maybe, just maybe, Howie saw ahead of it and wanted to pay a running back.
I mean, either he's a Hall of Fame GM or he's really fucking lucky.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah. How did he see that? I don't understand how he saw it. If that's real, he might actually be receiving messages directly from God or Yahweh. I think.
Let's all take a second to tell Will to fuck himself. Will, I love you, buddy. Fuck you.
Who are the Yankees?
Yeah, who's that team? What's that?
Yankees.
Love you, Will.
At least my name's not Will.
Will they? Listen, the NFL has made it very clear that they were going to push this running agenda, in my opinion.
Oh, all right.
Trevor, but
Yeah.
Trevor hates fantasy football. He might like never play it again ever.
Really, it's not worth your energy.
I know.
As my therapist says, right?
Well, we fix that.
No, but I feel like the NFL has made it clear that they were gonna, and I don't know how they can do this, but like with this whole entire, the running back value is down. No running backs getting paid. None of this bullshit. And then now all of a sudden, I got running backs out the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
For years, in fantasy, you're like, there's not a decent running back outside of McCaffrey and like Henry with the Titans. You know what I mean? Now it's every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Right, and so it just further goes to the point. Obviously, when you figure out how to do something, the league figures out how to stop it, and then you have to figure out how to do the other thing. And maybe we're on the front edge of the spear as far as the counter punch. I don't know. We'll see. And obviously, Jalen Hurts isn't going to suddenly turn into fucking, Joe Montana. So they have to find a way to win with what they have, and what they have is fucking serious talent. They have serious talent on this team. They got to find a way and not let the coaching get in the way. So let's talk about the defense. I heard some good things from Fangio. Honestly, I like Fangio, man. I don't know how you guys feel about Fangio. I like him.
He gives me Jim Johnson vibes. I'm a fan.
Yeah, he does. A little bit. He actually does. And
what? Like old cranky man? I don't mean like he's attacking the quarterback. I just mean he's like an old cranky man who's like, I'm old school. Fucking kill him. Like, I like that. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap.
Right.
Listen, we've talked about this where we've said that talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
We talked about
rest
this.
in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Oh, shit. You can't do that to me.
You did it to yourself, really.
Yeah, I know I did.
Fangio.
Oh. We knew that I feel like and Jake was on this for a couple years now. Like, the first 4 weeks of the NFL are such dog shit because it's still like a true preseason in a way that counts. These teams are trying to figure it the fuck out. It's much more like messy than it ever has been. So like I feel like you're in the meat and the potatoes of Vic's defense, and it's working. I have no problem with the defense. I think the corners have played well. I know you hate Slay. I get it. But, I mean, he's overall has played really well this year. Does his attitude suck? Yeah, of course. They have corners. I mean, thank God someone, and I would like to know who it was like, dude, we can't field Maddox. Like, what are we fielding him for? For 4 weeks, we field that fucking guy. He stinks.
Yeah, let's not disrespect him either. What? The guy's putting some good fucking years.
He has, actually.
And he was a monster on the field when he wasn't hurt for
he's always
5
years.
Hurt. Yeah,
he's always fucking hurt.
He's always hurt.
Fuck that guy. I'm fucking spit on his name.
You're the worst. But he doesn't need to be on the field. I agree with you at this point. There are very specific reasons why he doesn't need to be on the field, though. Do you know what they are?
That he tried to hit stick fucking Chris Godwin. The man had 2 broken ankles and he still walked off the field yesterday. I mean, he's fucking great.
Did you see that clip of him going off the field talking to the trainer?
Yeah, like back to work or whatever.
Back to work. I think, what was his name? John, the guy who was talking to?
Yeah.
I think his trainer's name's John, and he recovered him from an ACL. And so he was on the back of the cart, and his legs fucking sideways, right? And he looked at him and he goes, "Back to work, John."
Yeah, that nothing worse than getting hurt with under a minute left than a blowout fucking loss.
Yeah, well,
it's pretty badass though that he's like that locked in,
Yeah, we are.
Man,
so yes, I like the defense, and I know Kenny Poohwater. We know the whole situation with we know how you feel about Poohwater.
Fucking Godwin's still 28 years old. I feel like he's been 28 for 10 years.
All right, so I have something to add
He's still
here
got
about
5
talking
years
about the
left.
defense.
He's
Yeah.
still got 5 years
Yeah.
left.
If he'd come back from what happened to his leg.
Everyone comes back from a broken bone. It's
His
easy.
leg was back. His foot was facing the wrong fucking way.
Yeah.
Little update.
Highest graded Eagles in Week 7 by Pro Football Focus.
Okay, wait. Before you go,
Yeah.
don't we always talk about how like Pro Football Focus is fucking dog shit? Do
It's
we
not-
not?
I
always
think
It's not dog
it's
shit.
one metric. It's not dog shit. It's just one
metric.
metric.
All right, I'll let that go then. Continue on, sir.
Number 1 was A.J. Brown.
Stinks.
Who is
Oh.
the second highest graded Eagle by Pro Football Focus? this
Cooper
week?
DeJean.
Well,
Cooper-
wait. I guess it depends. It depends on what you're talking about.
Oh, here we go.
What do you mean?
Here we go. Snooze fast.
Just give it to me because I have Pro Football Focus, so I'm not going to look. I don't want to cheat.
No. Cooper DeJean was number 2.
He was okay.
He was. Yeah. So, like, we're talking about Quinion. I think we all know what that guy is and is going to be, right? You have Cooper DeJean already showing flashes. And we're dealing with Gimpy Darius Slay. Why? We thought about Maddox. Why? We have us. You got Ringo running down there on punt coverage, destroying everything in his wake because he's too good to be on punt coverage. Like,
Yeah, but he looked like shit when he filled in.
I don't know if I would go that far, but
Maybe he's just
raw.
not. Maybe he's just not ready.
yeah, he's raw.
I feel like I need to put my fucking head against a fucking salt. That you're literally this upset because this guy doesn't fucking feel like a Philadelphia
no, it's
athlete.
on the field. That's my point.
Okay,
I don't even have to go there.
But look,
It's on the
he
field.
played really fucking well. He's played well.
Eh.
I would argue he's played good.
He got beat 3 or 4 different times in that game.
Did it cost them?
That's not the question.
That is the question. At the end of the day,
Did
the
it cost
results drive the point.
No,
Yes,
that's not how.
that
That's
is
not how good decisions are made.
Okay, but they're good enough decisions.
They're not. Not when you have a young, hungry secondary.
Too young. You need
Let
a
'em play.
veteran. You need a veteran.
Tell the Chiefs that their secondary was the youngest in the league ever, and they won the Super Bowl last year.
Because of the fucking offense. Now this year they look like the defense is going to win them a Super Bowl.
Why?
They have
Because
more
they're all
experience,
second-year guys.
More experience.
Who? You mean the more?
McDuffie.
You mean more experience? The guys who played all year last year now have experience.
I
Is that what
know,
you mean?
but he's
Do you want
on
a
the
good
fucking-
defense next year? Or
The
no?
baby's sleeping.
This is why we don't do this in the same fucking room.
Listen. All I'm trying to fucking say is that if he was playing as poorly as Maddox, I would say yes, pull the plug, get Ringo in. He is holding his own. I know you guys. Not
Go
you as
closer to
much.
the
Is his
microphone. You
ACL
got
holding
you're too
his
far away.
Is his is his ACL holding its own?
Whose?
Slays.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Rub some banana pudding on it.
We are
and
well on
whatever.
our way to him not being around at playoff time. Just saying.
And that's fine.
Is it?
Ringo will get the experience you want.
No. See, that's the wrong. No, that's the wrong attitude.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the team appointed captain on defense and go, we're benching you because Jason McLaughlin thinks Keely Ringo should play more.
Oh, we're benching you because you're a fucking loser.
But they don't see that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. They like him. Obviously, they love him, or they wouldn't have brought him the fuck back. And you can
Does
then
he get-
Dom for that.
Does he get traded?
What?
No fucking way he gets traded.
Who? Slay?
End of the year. End of the year.
No. No, this is his last year anyway.
So he's like just gonna rot here.
No. He'll be gone next year, but there's just his contract, his next year of payment is the
Obvious.
classic Howie's overpaying him, if I remember correctly, Howie's overpaying him and Howie's never going to pay him that. So, like, they could restructure him, but I think with the amount of bullshit you get with Slay and his age, and the talent behind him, I don't see the point for next year. I don't see the point for this year, but I really think he'd struggle to make an argument for next year.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I don't think anyone's trying to advocate for Slay next year.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna sit a guy that is playing as well as he's playing. Now I get it. He is not made for this fucking city. I don't think he's made for football, really. I think he'd rather stream and he'd rather go on podcasts, and I fucking get it.
Why am I further and further out of the picture every time I look up, Kenny? Are you trying to cut me out here, buddy?
I didn't fucking touch it.
All I know is thank God Kenny's fucking heater turned off. My God.
Oh, you could hear that? It was pretty terrible on this end, too. I'm not going to lie. Is that the heater? It's 70 degrees outside.
It runs my hot water. Read a book.
All right. I don't own a house, so.
You don't want to. I think it sucks.
I do own a car, though. Actually, I own 2 cars. If anybody would like a Mustang GT, it's 45,000 miles. Just let me know, all right?
The clutch has about 300,000 miles on it. Fucking.
From me?
Yeah,
That's not possible.
You know, shut up, fucking Fry, you bitch.
All right, so we're done talking about the Eagles.
Well, no, because fucking crying about Slay. We're still arguing about Slay for 4 fucking weeks. I can't do it anymore.
We're not arguing. I'm right. You're wrong. We'll get there.
Right. I had a sticker growing up. I put it on my bike helmet. I had like a chrome bike helmet, and it says, "I'm right. You're wrong. Any questions? Don't ask me."
That's great. I love that.
Exactly. That's exactly you. I don't know. But do you guys have any concern about this game coming up?
Well, yeah, because the Bengals are much better than 3-4, and they're much better than what they've shown. I will say their defense is shit.
I don't know about shit.
They're not good. They have a good line. They definitely have a good line, but as you get farther back, it's AJ Brown should feast. I think.
Okay. So you think they're gonna roll on pass? Do you think they're gonna roll a passing offense this weekend?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they roll, as long as they roll to a W. They could fucking put the wheelchair team out as long as they win. I don't fucking care.
Well, they're underdogs.
Of course,
Are they really?
They're at home at Cincy, and Cincy looks more like a team that is gonna catch fire than what the Eagles do, because that the NFL or the gambling society or whoever fucking does it, the computers, Amazon, thinks that the Eagles aren't trending up because they played the fucking Giants. I mean, this whole thing is a handwritten notebook.
I feel like the second half of the I said this on the round table.
Yes,
Like the second half of the Eagles' schedule is set up.
to run.
Yeah, and so if you want good money on a team to win the NFC or win the NFC East,
Cowboys.
it's the Eagles. It
Always is the Eagles at this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, good money though. They're usually favored.
Yeah.
Right now, it's good money. I don't know if they're favored or not. but it's
Look,
still
the
good money.
Commanders. Like, if you think Marcus Mariota is gonna come out and fucking sling the pig again,
No, he's just not going to be out that long though. Jaden Daniels.
I know, but that's still enough to blimp up the fucking thing when you have the Eagles and the Cowboys in your division. Oh, the Cowboys, wolf of claws.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it, to be honest.
I think you hate what?
I just like it. I like it better when there's like some drama with the Cowboys. It gives me more fun when they're like pretty good and then they get blown out by the Packers in the wild card round. Like that gives me more juju than them just shitting the bed for 17 straight weeks. In my personal opinion.
I mean, they're 3-3, so it's not like you're acting like the Eagles are light years ahead of the Dallas Cowboys. They're not.
Yeah, but they've lost some suspect games.
Who is the Eagles' biggest rival?
It's the Cowboys.
Tampa Bay Bucks.
The New York Giants since 2017 are 3-24 versus the Eagles and Cowboys combined. 3-24. Some people in this city will tell you that's our biggest rival.
No way.
Well, if you go back to the Eli Manning era, though, it definitely was.
No, go back to the Eli Manning era.
No.
We beat the piss out of them since 2002 all the time, man.
2 Super Bowls.
Well, we'd have nothing to do with them.
I'm just fucking saying.
They're not our biggest rival. That shit's crazy.
Also, Kenny, you said that the Bengals had suspect losses. Is that what you said?
No, Cowboys.
Okay.
Who are the Bengals? Dave, give me what you have on the Bengals there. You have some?
Yeah, I mean, I'm concerned about this Bengals game. I think that they might lose.
Okay.
I think they're gonna. I think they might struggle a little bit offensively against this defense, and I think that the bad loss that the Bengals have on their schedule was New England. It was week 1, but it was New England, and they lost. It was week 1. They also lost to Kansas City. They lost to the Commanders, which is I don't really know if you could call that a bad loss.
No,
and
not
and
yet.
they lost to the Ravens by 3.
They should have
So
won that Raven. That's a bad loss in my opinion.
it's the bad loss the way it happened.
Yes, yeah. Losing
Yeah.
to the Ravens is not bad in any way.
Now they beat the Giants 17-7.
Oh, that's the other team. That's what I'm saying. Like the Giants maybe aren't as bad as we think they are. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the only thing I'm saying is that why explain to me why they would be favored.
They're home.
That doesn't matter. Does that matter?
Yes, absolutely.
It's not like it's not the fucking whiteout.
2.5 points.
It always does, right?
2.5 points.
And what are you at?
Okay, so the game's a pick 'em.
Yes, I would argue, gun to my head, it's a pick'em.
Okay,
What's the actual spread?
2.5.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 2.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the game's a pick 'em. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like they're getting that 2.5 because they're home field.
Right.
It's fucking.
Yeah, I did not know the spread when I said that. So 2.5 is standard home field advantage.
Yep, it's interesting. I don't know. I just something about this.
I didn't know what their wins and losses were, and I'm more concerned about this game now that you told me than I was when I walked into Kenny's house. So.
Well, yeah, I don't think this is something where you go. It's going to be 28-7. Do I think it's going to be 21-24? Yeah, I think it's going to be a close. Maybe we can have a game-winning field goal kick because I haven't felt that in forever.
Well, hey, any concerns about our defense not getting turnovers?
Well, yeah, it's always a concern, right? I mean, you got to have the turnovers to be efficient. At the end of the day.
Well, because you
And
mentioned.
it's crazy to me though is that like Quinyon has at least 4 or 5 interceptions he's dropped. CJGJ has the same deal. They're just getting unlucky when it comes to catching the fucking ball. And Quinyon, that man just needs to stand in front of a jug machine
Yeah.
and try. You know what I mean? Just
Well, he's a rookie. I mean.
yeah, I know he's not gonna do everything fucking perfect.
Right.
But I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's a concern. I feel like when they tackle too, I never noticed anyone on the Eagles like going for the ball. Like that one guy that's just waiting. Like everyone's gang tackling, and that guy's just like, he's got his fist out. He's ready to fucking punch the ball right out of the other guy.
Yeah.
I never see that. But they might not practice that. I don't know.
Well, Nick is all about like creating, drills where they can drill things in practice. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they practice it.
Wow, it's not translating well.
I feel like the 49ers always have like that dude, like the linebacker who like will fucking
Fred
come with
Warner.
the fucking fist and just go boom.
Patrick Willis. They've had such great linebacker play.
You know who started that?
Dawkins.
No.
Jason Sehorn.
Nope. Bears.
85?
No. What, 85? No, not. Oh, the 85
Yeah,
Bears.
yeah, yeah.
No. Peanut. Patrick Tillman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah, he was the first puncher.
Do you know he's like an FBI agent now?
That's wild.
Yeah, he's an FBI agent.
So he's listening.
Probably. Are there any birds in here?
Well, you have your phone there, right? So yeah, he's listening.
It's not a bird.
All right. So you guys, you're feeling win, Kenny.
A pick 'em, gun to my head, I feel the Eagles win.
Don't turn the ball over.
I don't know. I don't fucking know if I'm right. I have no idea. But I just feel like if you get 0 turnover hurts, anytime they play football is a win. I believe it. You call me crazy.
Well, no, you're not. No, that's like the easiest argument of all time.
Yeah, but they don't do it all the time.
I know,
Right.
but what I'm saying is like, if your argument is that if the quarterback doesn't turn the ball over, we're going to win more games than we lose. Like I think
Well,
that's
yeah, I know. But the problem is they don't execute that realm, and that's what I'm getting at.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Last
Yeah,
two games.
And I think the biggest concern for me is like the offensive line holding up. With the injuries starting to come, I mean, Lane Johnson has been one of the best tackles in the fucking game.
He might be the best tackle.
He's only allowed one pressure.
The next closest player is at least 5 or more.
I think that's true. I was looking at it. I think that's true.
I know it's true because it's ingrained in my brain. Like, it's such a shame they didn't win in 22 just because of, like, how that team was. You know what I mean? Just like there's, like, 5 core guys that you're like, let's get them a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
I mean, they had one already, but yeah.
No, I mean, you're talking about an all-time great Eagles fucking team. You know, team. Go 18, go 22. You're not getting better than that.
You mean 2 Super Bowls in
that
5
short
years?
span? Yeah. I mean, that's what like you dream of as a fan base, right? Like 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. Because like that New England shit and the Kansas City shit, that's never gonna fucking happen here.
I'll tell you straight up. I have 2 favorite hats. One of them is the Super Bowl champions hat, and the other one is the NFC champions 2022. There is nothing to be ashamed about with that fucking team going down on a penalty, game-winning field goal with no time left to the fucking.
Oh, I love that. I love that Super Bowl hat. It's like one of my favorite Super Bowl hats.
That team was so much fun.
It was for sure.
Dominant.
So let's pick. Let's make picks, Kenny. You pick win, cover, win. What do you think?
Blowout.
Jay,
I think the Eagles win by 3 on a field goal.
Yeah, I'm not far from Kenny. I think
Blowout.
I don't think there's another game. Like I've been thinking about this since we talked about what the Bengals have done this year. I don't think there's another game that you'll find out more about who the Eagles really are than this Sunday, probably. It has now it's later in the season, but the preseason's different. It has the potential for like if you go up there and you win on a game-winning field goal from 61 yards out, like they did in the Super Bowl year, you know, that shot puts the team through the next however many games, and all of a sudden we're talking about a 12-5 team that had 2 losses by week 4. So like that's a dangerous team at come playoff time. That's a team that is maybe not a top 1 or 2 seed, but that, you know, nobody else really wants to see. And that's where you want to be. So I think there's a lot of potential in this week. You know, I think a lot can change in 3 weeks. I don't think I would be saying this coming off of that Tampa game because I was like completely depressed at that point.
Yeah, the problem with the Tampa Bay game though is like who suited up. Paris Campbell, who they cut today.
Yeah.
You know, that
game, but the defense suited up, Kenny.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, literally. They were still in the locker room.
Yeah, well, I know, but I think so. So here's one of my biggest concerns is that we haven't seen them beat a good quarterback yet. We still haven't.
We're back on this.
We never left it. We never left.
I'm not.
Dave Gannon is gone.
It doesn't matter, and obviously it doesn't matter.
The thing with the defense against Tampa Bay that I want people to remember, and I'm not saying I've played like the highest level of sports, you know what I mean, but like, you guys ever play a sport and the other side is just so fucking miserably bad that you're like, we have no fucking shot, so like we're just gonna phone it in. That's exactly what that first play of that game, everyone was like, yep, all right, L. Like, no one's going to get hurt out here. We have 0 shot. The offense can't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that was the game he missed that pass, by the way. That was Barkley. So and also, funniest thing about that Tampa Bay game was they still had a shot to win that with like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. If Hurts doesn't fumble the ball there, they score. They go up with 7 minutes left. You probably win that game.
It wasn't over that quick.
No, it felt like it should. The whole game felt like you had 3 fucking giant boulders on your legs and you're trying to walk across the street the whole time.
Speaking of boulders between your legs, I gotta say this real quick. Baker Mayfield is the fucking man.
Yeah,
He'll
I
always
love
be the fucking man.
Big Baker, man.
Yeah.
Him popping a Zin in the third quarter is everything I need to know in life. That I want to party with Baker Mayfield.
I mean, I think he's the only walk-on to be starting in the NFL right now. That's fucking crazy.
You know, and that goes back to the other point is like the NFL's fucked with QB development. It's too much.
100%.
It's too fucking much. Like, if you looked at Baker Mayfield, sure, like he's not a bona fide first overall pick quarterback that's gonna, you know what I mean? But would you say his career has been a bad? I don't think so.
No,
I think
but it's because
great.
he started with the Browns.
Yeah.
And
he got thrown to fucking Carolina for a bag of Cracker Jack.
Another great organization, by the way.
Exactly.
What, it's like, wait. Has anybody, what the fuck is their owner doing on a regular goddamn basis?
Well, when the
What is happening? Your internet sucks, Kenny. Goddamn. Ho hum. Look at him. He's gone. Kenny's gone. He's talking shit on the brick wall over here. And
shit.
Kenny is gone. Look at you. Look at you. Are you back?
Are you mad?
What is? Tell Chrissy. Tell Chrissy.
Rubber and you are glue. Whatever you say about stuff, me, it sticks to you.
Tell Chrissy to get off Instagram or whatever she's doing.
I got Lily upstairs too, sucking my Wi-Fi. Now.
I don't think it's Chrissy. I think it's Lily.
Oh yeah, we didn't hear anything that you said at the end, but that's okay.
So what I said is when ownership's wife is coming out and saying they should have took C.J. Stroud and the owner wanted fucking Bryce Young, it tells me everything I need to know about ownership.
Well, some owners
should have listened to his goddamn wife.
She's hot too. Well, here's the thing. Like, do you think she was like giving him a blow? He was like, "You took C.J. Stroud," and he's like, "Nah, we're gonna take Bryce Young." So here's the thing. I want my ownership to shut the fuck up and spend money. That's what I want for my ownership.
Are you getting it right now?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
I mean, he doesn't really shut the fuck up, but
yeah, but he's so like lovable and cute and Jewy. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine.
My God, Ken.
And he's Jewish.
I ain't allowed to say it. Look at these eyebrows. Jewish.
But also, Dave and I have to both be like,
yeah, it's fine. Moral clauses. I don't fucking care. No, but I don't know. Like, because, real quick, let me get into this. Jeff Lurie has his fingers all over the Doug Peterson firing. Would you agree? They tried to snip him. He said no.
Yeah.
And
I don't think you can have we'll see with Belichick next year, but I don't think you can have a strong head coach with this front office, probably. So
you got to be a fucking dodo.
Yeah, well, we got that.
Yeah, for sure. And we've had dodos.
Yeah.
You know, Chip Jelly. Which, by the way...
He wasn't a dodo. He put Howie in the closet.
I'm coming out of my cage and I've been doing fine. I mean, I'm in no position to talk because I'm a chubby. But, like, Chip Kelly had to have put on 80 pounds. Easy. Did you guys see him in the Ohio State box?
Oh, I mean, how'd you miss him?
Yeah, I mean, he took up the whole fucking screen.
He did.
He's also in the box instead of on the field.
Yeah, because his fucking Dr. Scholes don't let him go down.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a, chicken and the egg, though. Like, did he get fat because he was sitting in the box? Or is he sitting in the box because he's fat? I don't know what the deal is.
Well,
I'll tell you what. I need Penn State to beat Ohio State. Like, I need fucking oxygen.
Hold on, before we get to Penn State, let me just say something. I hate to say it because I want to see this defense dominate.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it because it gives me excitement. Go on.
I want to see this defense dominate a good quarterback, but I don't think it matters if they win this weekend.
It actually, do you know what? While you two were yipping and yapping, I was looking. Their schedule's not as easy as I think we thought.
I didn't think their schedule was easy.
No, in the beginning of the year, I think we all thought it's a favorable.
What is their record going to be this year?
Well, now I'm trying to think that they might be near 10 wins.
I'm sticking with what I said.
I'm pretty
Here's
sure
the
I
thing.
said 10 or 11.
I said 11.
Yeah, I think we were 11 and 12, right? I don't remember. I think I'd never go 12. That's too many.
I think our range was from 13 to 10.
13 is too many.
13's crazy.
Crazy. But like the Steelers, who I thought maybe were probably gonna roll over on offense, like their D is always good. They always have a good D. They're a good fucking team. They're gonna be a fucking problem. The Commanders, I'm not sure you. I mean, you're not winning both. You'll win one. Cowboys, you'll win one. You know, it's inevitable. You split with the Cowboys. Giants, we should beat the piss out of. You know what I mean? And then the other few teams that are in there that you're like, you know, what do you do with this information? Jaguars, they have a little bit of life. They're not that good, though. Rams, if they trade Cooper Kupp, we'll be all right. Puka coming back. You got the Panthers. That should be a win. Then you have Steelers, Commanders, Dallas, New York to end the year. So, like, that
Did you skip the Ravens?
Yeah, obvious reasons. The Ravens are going to mollywop them. The Ravens are that good. The Ravens are good on all three phases of the ball.
I don't think this team is who they're gonna be by the time they play the
Agreed.
Ravens.
But you don't think that Lamar Jackson just shreds them to pieces? The Eagles defense has shown that they cannot handle a running quarterback. And I'm not even talking about like
The Eagles
this.
defense has shown that they can't beat a real quarterback.
It's a fair point at this point. I mean, I'm going to agree with them because it's going to side on my side. You know what I mean here? So, like, you got to pick and choose when you agree.
Well, let's look at the schedule. Here's the games where they have.
Kenny needs to make it really clear that he's not agreeing because he likes you, Dave.
Yeah, I know. I trust you.
He's agreeing because strategically it is the best move for him to make.
It's in my best interest. I honestly, I don't see an avenue unless Marlon Humphreys is out for a bit and someone else got hurt on their D. If those guys are out for a bit, maybe.
That Steelers game could be electric though in December. Ooh.
I'm trying to go. It's fucking hard.
That could be a big one. And I'm not spending the money to buy tickets for it.
I'm trying. Since I've been going to games, I've not missed a Steelers game, whether it's in Eagles in Pittsburgh or
right.
in them here. So like, I feel like I got to keep going. Although, like, honestly, like, I did not have a whale of a time against the Browns. That game's.
I mean, the game was terrible.
It's so fucking bad. I mean, it was fun, you know what I mean? But like,
no, it's always fun. But
as far as the product on the field,
yeah.
And then honestly, like the walk from the steps to our seats, whoa.
But what do you mean the walk from the steps?
When we entered the stadium and you got into your argument about the plastic bag, which made me uncomfortable. Fuck, because I was stoned.
Jay, did you hear Kenny tell the story about the plastic bag?
No, I got to go back. Okay, yeah.
It was fair. Do you think I did anything wrong? It was
no. It's just funny as fuck because I know exactly like what you were doing. Like I know exactly what you were doing. Like I know exactly how.
The bag is
translucent, but it made him so uncomfortable and feel so awkward because.
I was like fucked up.
It's my fault you were high. Got it.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. Way to go, Jay.
Weed until I met you. So what does that fucking say about you?
Now I don't smoke weed.
Yeah, now I'm a fucking pothead. So yeah, so from walking from that point to the stairs was dicey. But outside of that, once I got my
what was dicey about it?
I was fucking having a panic attack.
Oh.
But thankfully, I got my Diet Pepsi and I was fine in my souvenir cup.
Okay.
Which is ruined by Dave. Listen to how fucking dumb this is. Okay, you see this cup. You know how this is like that, like pressed on, filmy kind of cup.
Yeah.
And it's not the one that's like ingrained into the cup. Mm-hmm. Well, the fucking Eagles cup holders don't fit the fucking cups.
No, they do.
No, they're fucking completely scraped up. I mean,
no,
like,
they do. It's the problem is that there's like a ridge at the top of the cup holder,
and it fucking rips the whole line across the whole thing.
Well, that's because they went with cheaper cups, not because of the cup holder.
Bring back the cup where the
real cup.
Yeah, what the fuck are we doing?
Everything's getting worse. We're in a declining empire. Just deal with it, bro.
No. I know.
So listen, we need to talk about Penn State before we transition to the end here.
Wait. Nice word, Chad. Do we really? You guys aren't afraid of the Ravens, no matter what this Eagles team's gonna look like.
Afraid is strong. I think the Eagles will play a good game that day.
I would like to see that matchup, honestly.
I have a lot of. Is that in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I have a lot of regrets not talking about this in fucking July. Then
You wanna go to Baltimore?
Get to go to it.
kind of want to go to Baltimore.
It's not even
Well,
that.
we'll
It's not even.
buy
It's not even.
tickets.
It's not even that far away.
No, I mean I still have enough contacts too down there. You know what I mean? Right.
I mean, that's an easy. You could drive there on the same day.
Yep.
Well, it's like DC, right?
No, it's closer.
No, way easier.
It's closer.
Really?
From where I live, it's less than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now that I put the big map up,
It's about 2:15 from here, and then Washington winds up being like 2:45, 3.
I've been on the train that Baltimore is one of my favorite cities in the whole entire world. It is scary as shit at dark because you don't know left, right, and straight. Like one road, north is safe, the south side isn't safe on the same road.
I think that's like any place that you don't know. That's all.
No, that's fine. But like in Philly, you're like you don't go here.
That's because but that's because you know.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I guess you're right.
That's all. That's
Yeah,
all.
there's
That's
no
all.
point in Philadelphia where you're like, am I in a bad neighborhood? You know that you're not.
Right. Exactly.
I had to. I took my ex down there. We had like a weekend down there, and I walked from the Orioles Stadium to our Airbnb at like it was late as shit, and that was the first time in a long time where I was just like, oh fuck, man, I'm uncomfortable because like we don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean? Never been there.
Dude,
Walking.
I got lost.
I know you were on the bad side of town. I
It was
told you
crazy.
that.
Dude, there were barrel fires and chicks dancing on cars.
Yeah.
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was the only white boy on the street. I was like, Jesus Christ.
You're
I mean,
like-
I think it was fine.
you're
Everybody
like-
I talked to was cool. But
You're like in
I-
8 Mile.
I wish. Is Brittany Murphy getting fucking banged at the factory?
Dude,
Fucking
I
hot.
definitely had to act like I was supposed to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
While in my head, I was like, "You're not supposed to. This is not good."
Yeah.
I just remember waking up Steve D'Amelio and I'm being like, "Hey, those guys are on South Rose Street and D'Amelio lived on North," and he's like, "Did you say South?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We gotta get in the fucking car and find them." And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god. dude.
God. And then you guys ended up finding your way. So that's my Baltimore story. I love Baltimore. One of my favorite fucking places. Fells Point is like, I love it.
Fells Point's awesome.
It's so great.
Yeah.
So great.
All right, so let's talk about Penn State. I'm worried about this weekend.
All right, you ready to go? He ready? We're done. We're done this fucking thing with him today.
I am. I'm worried.
You're always fucking worried.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
Well, because
What's the reason?
Vegas dropped a line and it makes him uncomfortable.
It does. Tell me how often Vegas is wrong.
Well, they didn't predict 9/11, so that's one.
Well, it's less than 50%.
What, that they're wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, still pretty large margin. What's the line? What's the line right now? What's
I
the
don't like
line right
6.5.
now? So,
I mean, they dropped it under a touchdown then?
Yes. And I've been following college football obviously closely, and I have I do a lot of betting on it, and I fucking have models and blah blah blah. I'm a fucking nerd about it, but
I would be,
my model says the spread should be minus 13.5.
What is this model? What do you have a model?
Yeah,
Have you not-
I'll show it
not-
to you sometime.
have you not been keeping up?
No, I
This
haven't.
fucking guy been living by the model.
I do. I don't even look at anything
It's
other than
yours?
my model.
It's
Yeah.
yours?
Dave, how have you not know? Dave is the smartest, laziest person you'll ever meet in your fucking life. Dave could be the president of the United States.
No, I don't want that job.
All I'm saying, Dave is literally the smartest
do
fucking
you
person I
bet
know.
based on this model
Yes, that's why
Yeah,
he's successful.
solely based on this model.
and you win?
Yeah.
Unless,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
unless it was, who'd you lose last week? Was it the Bengals that really fucked your day?
Oh no, it was who was the college game? Clemson.
Oh, yeah, Clemson. Yeah. Dave,
Listen, Camp Randall's no joke.
who's the coach? Who's the coach?
I don't even know.
Is it still that fucking ass?
It's
Bo Pelini? Is it Bo Pelini? Dave, who's the fucking
Potpourri.
Yeah, who's the fucking coach over there?
I don't remember. You want me to look it
Google.
up? Okay.
Yeah, my
Hold on.
internet's bad.
that's not in Dave's model.
It's Dave's the
It's not.
producer. That's his job.
Okay. I will find it for you. I think
It's
it's
not
isn't it
listed
Fickle? Fickle, isn't it?
Oh, is it that guy from
It's Luke. Yeah, Luke Fickle.
Bring him
Wasn't
up.
he the kicker for the Dolphins that
No,
one
that's
time?
Sam Ficken. Oh,
No, that
Sam Ficken.
no, that's Ray Finkel. I'm thinking of.
what's the guy's name?
Luke Fickle.
Fickle?
Fickell.
Oh yeah, fuck this fucking guy. He's on the
Yeah, yeah.
Rob Ringel, skinny Rob Ringel,
Yeah, fuck
Ringel.
this guy.
Ringel, ringworm.
Jason, so here's my record so far. Every week I keep track. I was 8-6, 7-4, 14-7, 17-10, 13-3, 8-8, 12-9.
Are you using the same units for everything and just keeping it even?
Yeah, same units for every bet.
Yeah.
So he was the coach at Cincinnati. What after Brian Kelly? Right.
Yeah, he was at Cincinnati. He was also wasn't he where else was
He's a
he?
big Ohio State guy.
I feel like he had something to do with I can't remember his whole tree, but yeah.
I'm telling you the whole tree. It's Ohio State, Akron, Cincinnati, and Wisconsin.
Okay. So big Ohio Valley guy.
Yeah. I fucking hate this guy. Him and that PJ Fleck. You know, he wears that fucking stupid ass half zip, quarter zip, fucking cunty thing.
It looks like he's golfing.
Yeah, all the fucking. He looks just a fucking little angry minion. Is he the guy that was at UCF and he hung the banner for fucking losing, even though he said they won?
What do you mean they were national champions? that
Yeah,
year?
fucking Christ.
Yeah, national 12-0.
I'm sure it was him. I'm pretty sure.
Well, for that matter, Penn State should hang a banner for '94. That's where we're at.
The Big Ten has some of the most hateable fucking coaches. Illinois, Wisconsin, Penn State,
Ohio State.
Oregon. That fucking guy at Oregon.
I don't mind that guy.
Fuck that guy.
I mean, he irks me, but he might be one of the smartest
Yeah.
coaches.
Well, he got the whole NCAA changed. Thanks, dickhead.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the season.
Yeah, that never happens. Who else is over there? There's another one that I don't like. It's not Rutgers. Maryland. Illinois guy. What's his name?
Well, isn't Lincoln Riley at USC now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, punchable fucking face that guy is.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I guess at the end of the day, does it really matter if they lose this game? It kind of does because, like, are they going to beat Ohio State?
No.
Probably not.
No, it matters. It matters.
Massively matters.
And I think for the first time in my life, for the first time in my adult life, I could say that without hesitation. You have a quarterback that can take you to the promised land. Like, did you see the balls on that fucking drive? What was it? That was last week, right?
Yeah, that
No.
shit was crazy.
I mean,
2
I
weeks
was
ago
just
now.
like jaw on the fucking ground. All right, 2 weeks ago.
No, I'm saying like 2 weeks ago. Like, how is that possible?
Oh yeah, jaw on the fucking ground.
Unreal play.
Like, never seen that guy, a Penn State quarterback, play like that.
Here's the problem. We're going to lose the OC next year. And this is the whole entire fucking argument about a head coach.
To
not
where
calling-
though? To where though, Kenny?
I'm sorry. Any fucking head coaching job?
Is that what he wants?
I don't fucking know. I don't speak for him, but I'm pretty certain that if you're an OC, what's his face? Manny Diaz, right? Was he the defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
He stuck around. He went through like 2 coaching cycles, I think, and then he finally bolted, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys, if Penn State, I'm not saying they're going to win a national championship, but if Penn State can get to the final, 4, they lose. He's going to be a covenant person. People are going to go after that fucking guy.
I think the one reason
Speak for it himself. They speak. The dude took Penn State's offense, which was averaging like. I gotta tell you a funny story real quick. After this, Penn State's offense was averaging like 6 yards a play last year, right? And now they're at like 13. One of the coaches I read in the Big Ten said that their goal is to get 7 yards a play, and then I think Barstool said, which would literally be the worst in the NCAA. What are you doing, dude?
So I'll tell you why that doesn't matter at all. Would you say if they're a top 4 team, he's gonna leave?
I think he's leaving regardless. I feel in my gut that an OC at Penn State has a door wide open for any like.
Yeah, the problem is
he's
so
not gonna
does-
lose for fucking like he's not gonna leave for like JUCO State. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
the problem is so does the quarterback.
You think he's gone?
If they're a top 4 team and they make noise in the playoffs, yeah, why wouldn't he be?
Is he a junior?
Yeah,
I think he comes back.
I mean, I would love to see him come back.
Maybe
I
he-
just don't have any confidence that a guy who makes the playoffs is gonna trust whoever Franklin's bringing in for next
Well,
year.
and
He
that's
doesn't
the
even have
question.
fucking weapons, right? So like he can make the argument, I carried this team all the way to the playoffs
I think
and
Fleming-
beyond.
I think Fleming has
Maybe,
arrived.
but that's fine. But nobody's going to be like, Penn State has the best weapons. No, Penn State
Oh,
has
yeah,
a
no,
dog
right.
of a quarterback. They got a couple good running backs and the best tight end in the country, right?
I would
Yes.
argue great running backs.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm not.
Their
Yeah, I'm
wide
not.
receivers are dookie.
Right. So like, but he. You saw what happened 2 weeks ago. Like he put the team on his back and he took them to a win that they had no business winning, and to see that happen in an away game at SC across the country, like that guy already has the chops to make it in the NFL, and if he gets the kind of traction that happens when you make the playoffs and potentially win, I mean, we're talking about. There is every chance in the world that Penn State has a home playoff game. That Penn State declares for the first time ever their second whiteout in a single season. They have a home playoff game where they trounce somebody that's ranked 10, and it's because Drew Aller's fucking knocking people dead. And granted, does that probably mean that they go play Georgia the next week and get fucking hammered? Yeah, maybe. But like, at that point, it is a real question as to whether Drew Aller comes back.
Well, unless
Aller, what's his name?
yeah, it doesn't matter. Unless they agree, like they do like a blood pact, they're gonna both come back one more year. Then because listen, if they both come back and Penn State can recruit a weapon, they just flipped that 4-star corner from Oregon. They flipped them. That's not happening. That doesn't happen. Penn
You get a
State's
wide
getting-
receiver in the portal,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
you're
You're there.
in major business.
You imagine they had Travis Hunter? Holy fucking.
Well, and they will get one next year because look, listen, if they go to the playoffs and they win a game, and they obviously need help at wide receiver, they will get a top tier wide
Right.
receiver in the portal, no
100%.
question.
Right. Right.
No
And
question
that's my
about it.
argument. That's my argument about saying that like Drew might come back.
Well, here's the other.
And-
Here's something that I know about Kotelnicki because I looked into his history. He's never been the offensive coordinator.
How do you say that?
Kotelnicki.
I'm not gonna say that ever.
It's like Hotel Nicky, but Kotelnicki.
Oh, okay, thanks.
He's never been. He's
Got it.
never been anything other than a coordinator.
You have time. The lights are bright, baby.
He's never been in there. What?
He has never been anything other than an assistant or a coordinator, an offensive coordinator. He's never ever been a head coach at any program.
Not yet.
I think
That's-
that a guy like this, he's a coordinator. Now that doesn't mean that he's not going to jump to the pros to be a coordinator. That doesn't.
How
he
old
might.
is he?
He might do that. I don't know. How old is he? I'll find out.
Hotel Nicky.
Even the mayor.
My bet 48.
I don't fucking
I
know.
mean-
48. Okay, there you win.
No, I don't know. I just made it up.
I don't know. It doesn't have his birthday on his fucking Wikipedia page.
That means he's old.
Dude, he's really avoiding it. It's nowhere.
Well,
Yeah,
2004, 2005, he was an offensive assistant.
Yeah, he's never been a head coach. So I think that's good for us. Is what I'm
Where
saying.
he was team captain as a senior.
Yeah, he was an offensive line coach. He was an offensive assistant. He was an offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. So I don't know. This week's important though, and I don't know if they're gonna lose. I think that they can still win and not cover. It's obviously. The The spread is fishy to me. But
Early 40s.
you know, he looks like he's in his 40s. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say so. I thought early 40s. So that's, but that's a guy who has potential in the future. Then, like, if you're telling me he's 60 and he's never been beyond that, then that's one thing. But you know, he could be a head coach somewhere. You know, FAU, some bullshit.
Yeah, he could make the jump.
2003, he played, I would assume, Wisconsin River Falls as college. Right?
It said it earlier.
Maybe it might be JUCO.
Yeah, it could be either one.
So,
But it's fine. I mean, you get an idea.
you know.
2001. That means he's like 8 years older than me.
Yeah. So
And I'm 38, so
mid-40s.
he's Dave's age.
pretty soon.
I am 42 for the fucking record.
They fucking started Bronny James tonight. Oh no, he came in. Okay, good. I was
No.
gonna say. That's
Nah,
fucking-
but they did some hoopla, I think, before the game, which is fine. Whatever.
For Bronny, they did hoopla?
No, I think just like the father-son combo thing.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care. We don't even need to talk about the Sixers because it's just a whole mind fuck.
So wait, to be clear, the Penn State schedule went. Am I misremembering this? Did they have an off week this week?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
they had a double bye week scheduled in there. Like they had a bye week and then they had another bye week.
Yeah, that's fine. I just at SC, at Wisconsin, home Ohio State would be a gauntlet, but they were off this week, so that makes sense.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, I was doing crazy, stupid things on Saturday and didn't watch a lick of football. So
I didn't check either the weather. Not that it really matters, but I didn't check the weather for Saturday.
Well, it's been 84 today, so what could
Kenny,
it be?
the game's in Wisconsin.
I know that fuckface. You think it's just here? You
It's
just
not
think
80
here?
degrees in Wisconsin, Kenny.
Okay, but it's still gonna be abnormally warm.
You don't fucking know that. You don't know that. It could be 20 degrees in fucking Colorado right now.
It's not.
Oh my God, you just don't know. You can't say shit like that.
I mean, I'm looking at it. It's not 20 degrees in Colorado.
All right, well, what is it going to be in fucking Wisconsin on Saturday?
Oh, Madison, right?
Yeah. 65. The low is 39.
Okay, and so it's 60 there, and it's 62 here. So
So in the
shut
morning,
fuck up.
when they play that game, it's going to be in the 40s.
It's a 7 o'clock game.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it
right.
was
It's at night.
66 in Wisconsin today.
So
a
it's at
7
night. So
o'clock.
it's going to be in the 40s then.
So we get a fucking night game.
Yeah, an away night game.
In Camp Randall, it's a hard game.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I never would say playing Wisconsin is you got them fucking. It's like playing
We
Nebraska.
also, I will say that we historically
Do all
have
that.
their number.
Yeah, and we
It's
have that
true.
fucking piece of shit head coach's number.
I don't even know if that actually makes logical sense, but if there are teams that have other teams' numbers, we have their number.
How funny is it that we just did an hour and a half on this podcast, so we can't even talk about the fact that the Sixers have a home opener tomorrow night?
Who cares?
It's so
Who
sad,
fucking
man.
cares?
It's so
Outside of
it's
Gordy.
just, it's just sad,
No.
dude. It's sad.
You see how fired up Jake got today when you fucking brought it up?
Jake hates
hates-
Joel Embiid. He
Fucking
hates
hates
Joel
him
Embiid.
being hates the
Really?
Sixers. Yeah, more than anyone I know. I mean, I'm close. I don't
Is he
even.
the basketball guy, right?
Well,
He
yeah,
likes.
I mean,
He definitely likes basketball, but I don't
not
know.
like the Sixers.
He
I
does
don't
not.
blame him. Do you blame him?
No, I stopped watching basketball because of this team. No,
It's really not a good product.
it's not a good product.
It's not a good product.
Basketball kind of sucks.
You know what ruined the game? 3-pointer.
3-point line.
It did.
LeBron.
I knew you were
Wow.
gonna say that.
What?
That's a terrible take.
It's fucking terrible.
The 3-point.
It's just they be chucking it all the fucking time. It's just like it's too much chucking and not enough fucking.
But then force it to be.
Too much chucking and not enough fucking. Is that what you just said?
Too much.
What do you mean you can't?
Too much chucking and not enough sucking.
Move the line back.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying that right
Just
now.
keep making them jack it from further, and at some point it becomes not worth it.
No, I know. That's what I'm trying to fucking.
But this
say.
is the problem, right? You have a hoop that's 10 foot tall, and that was cool when we started playing basketball 150 fucking years
When they were all
ago,
white
and
people.
everybody was white, couldn't jump, and 5'6", right? But now there are dudes who can jump out of the gym who are also 6'10", and it's like, dude, they could literally like jump over the hoop and hang their nuts in the fucking like. What do we?
So are you advocating that they should raise the hoop?
Yeah, raise the hoop, get weird. Because otherwise, you know what we're going to have? We're going to have a bunch of Jalen Brunsons jumping into people's chins for entertainment. And that doesn't, unless, it's just boxing. Like, just watch boxing then.
That's even bad itself. Yeah, I don't know. The NBA is a piss poor product.
It's disappointing. I'm just disappointed in the whole situation, honestly.
And for the first time ever, it's like ESP's right. Like, what the fuck?
Ugh.
Did they lie to? Like, have they been lying to us about Embiid? Yeah.
Oh, they've absolutely been lying. There's no question about that. But why did they lie? Probably about it's. Obviously they would hide behind gamesmanship, right? They're not gonna tell you weeks ago that Embiid's not playing in the home opener. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, let me ask you a different question. Is there like,
Does
are
it
they
cheat
just
them?
trying to save him?
Yeah, 100%. And the problem
I
with
think they are, but not by sitting him in the home opener. I think that this is a different reason. This is a different problem, and I think that him playing in the Olympics set him back on his recovery. His recovery got set back by how long the Olympics was. What was it, a month or whatever? So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not ready to go until 2-3 weeks into the season.
Although in his defense, like the Olympics is like scrimmage, right? Like they just completely dominate it.
Yeah, but you're still doing things.
Yeah.
You're still playing. So yeah, I mean, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he fully has healed yet, and they want him to be fully healed. Which, can you blame him? No, but it sucks. They didn't tell us. It's kind of like pulling the rug out. A day before the fucking home opener, they're like, "Oh, by the way, guys, Embiid and PG, they're not playing." Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. It sucks. So fuck you to the fans, as if we need more fuck yous.
I've had enough fuck yous.
That's just how it feels. And at the end of the day, like, does
it completely ruin Chinatown?
like does it matter that they're gonna rest him and not play back to backs? No, it doesn't matter. Who cares? If they lose 25 games in the regular season, does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day. But yeah, whatever. We have plenty of time to worry about that.
Is there like a regular season that matters at this point?
Well,
Football,
right? Because
football.
it's too short.
but that's why football is king, because it's the only fucking game where the regular season actually matters.
Well, you play 4 games, it's 25%.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy.
And then they're like, I don't know, add games. I don't know, add players. I don't know, add teams. And at some point, it's just like,
You're gonna fuck it up.
They gotta stop
You're gonna
fucking
fuck it up.
shit. They should have never added that extra week. It's stupid. It should have been left the way it fucking was for.
Do you guys understand how beautiful?
Yeah.
32 teams, right? 4 in each division.
Yeah.
Like 16 per conference.
Yeah.
8 make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like these are like anybody who understands
Math.
basic math understands how beautiful.
Yeah, but
The
here's
NFL
the
You
problem.
can't have a 500 team either, right? No team can finish 500.
No.
Well,
Which
yeah,
was
but wait.
always standard, right? You're like 500 or better. Yeah, it's a good season.
But you have to keep in mind, though, that you're saying this from a place of privilege because we have a team.
You mean because there are cities that don't have teams?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean,
Live in a better fucking
move to a
place.
city.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's a.
Like, I'm supposed to fucking feel bad for these fucking
But
pussies.
you're
and
gonna-
I don't feel bad. I'm just saying.
Pussy.
I'm just saying there's a reason for expansion, and it's mostly based around geography and dollars, not
Are we
about.
getting a new team?
No.
I was talking to a client about the A's moving to Philadelphia and how sick that would be. Let's just put another stadium down there.
Well, it doesn't matter. They got the
Like-
space now.
Like, you got the what?
They'll have more space now. Although I just realized they share a building, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, not really.
Wow, you know what they should get rid of is A-Lot. It's so fucked up parking down there, dude. They've ruined everything.
Yeah. There's no way. Everybody should. No, I'm not gonna give away my secret. Yeah, it's really hard to park at Eagles games, and I don't know who's doing it, but it's like definitely intentional, and it fucking sucks for everybody who's been down there for a long time.
You can't fucking park in it. You can park in A-Lot from 7 a.m. for like a one. We'll just use 1 o'clock game for reference.
No, you're wrong, but it's 6 a.m.
Okay, 6 a.m. to 8 you can park
Not
there.
even. 6 a.m. to 7, maybe.
And you can park there free willy. And then from 7 a.m. till about 12:30...
You better have a parking pass.
You better have a parking pass. And at 12:30 they start leaking you in.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Because now they want money. You know what I mean? You can't... They've made it basically impossible to...
And what is it, 40?
Down there.
Yeah, but that's not the problem. They made it impossible to coordinate.
Yeah.
So, like, they will park people based on when they arrive. So, like, they won't let you go to a specific part of the parking lot
Yeah.
and wait for your friends.
Yeah.
If you come at a different time than your friends, then you're parked in different places.
Yeah, you're
And
fucked.
it doesn't matter if you have a pass or not because the parking lot around Wells Fargo is fucking huge.
Yep.
So basically the only lots that operate in an old school manner are the Phillies lot and the Jet Row lot.
Jet row.
And
Yep.
M&M's free.
Yeah, that's Jet Row.
Well,
Jet row's not free.
No, I meant to park.
You can go where you want. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
No, I think... Hold on real quick, and then we can move on. I thought Jethro was its own thing, because you can't get through the tractor trailers where we piss to go to M-Lot.
It's still marked.
Yeah.
They're still marked, and that's M&N.
Oh, they are marked M&M.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't
pretty
know
sure
that.
Jet Row is
I
M&M.
thought... look, if you go down... You're not going to park. You're not going to go there, though.
I mean, I'm not opposed to Jet Row at this point because the beautiful parking spot that I used for 25 years, I can't legitimately use anymore.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. All right, that was a little qualm. Sorry.
It's okay. We're done anyway. So,
Thank God.
I think that the Penn State game, I think they win. I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think it's gonna be too close, and it's not gonna be. It's gonna be a fucking burner. I think. I don't know. I just get a little worried about it because Wisconsin can run. They can run the ball,
who does Ohio State have this week?
so they can control the clock. I don't know actually. I don't know.
I got a bold prediction.
I can find it. They're in Nebraska.
Ohio State
Home.
demolishes Nebraska. Penn State loses in Camp Randall.
And then beat them.
And then beats Ohio State the next week. And then they run the table, and because they beat Ohio State, they're feeling good.
It could happen, man. It really could.
Oh, if there's this is the kind of year where that happens.
Yep. Well, we shall see. Cool. So I don't have anything else. Kenny, you done?
Good night.
You still on the camera. We stole the camera away from Jay again. Look at him.
See that shit?
He is. He's doing it. He's doing it the whole time.
You can still fucking hear me, dog.
Shh, the baby.
All right. Say goodbye. Good night, everybody.
Love you
Thanks,
guys.
Jay. Thanks for joining us, man. It was good times.
Thanks for having me.
All right, people. We'll talk to you soon, Kenny.
Fuck you, Dave. I'm mad at you.
Goodbye.